is going on, chat, man? We are back, and today we are reacting to what made growing up in the 1970s so special, man. A little while ago, man, I looked at my analytics and I seen a handful of you guys, born around this type of era, man. And I was really wondering what was going on during the time when you guys were younger, man. So, with that being said, what's better than, just actually looking and finding out what was actually happening in the 70s, man. But with that being said, let's get straight into the video. And if you like this type of content from me, man, hit that like button, man, and hit the subscribe button, man. But let's get straight into the video. I'm actually excited. I don't know what to expect, man. Okay.
If you grew up in the 1970s, chances are you had a very different kind of childhood from what kids have today.
Okay.
In the days before helicopter parents, playdates, and participation trophies, there was a generation of kids who grew up with less supervision and more self-reliance. While our parents contended with gas lines, political turmoil,
Well, I'm not a crook.
and economic crises,
What does he mean by, less adult supervision and you have to just rely on yourself? What does that mean? I'm curious about that.
we were riding our bikes with our friends, often miles away from home.
Oh.
We roamed the streets until dark, returning to homes filled with lead paint and secondhand smoke.
Okay.
Over the course of a 1970s childhood, we were going to make some questionable choices, take some risks, get scraped, scratched, and sunburnt, leaving us with both scars and memories we'd carry for a lifetime. Please join me for a return to the days when Tonka trucks were made out of metal and Lego sets didn't require instructions, only imagination. Please.
What? So you guys didn't have no instructions on how to build the Lego castles or anything? You guys just had to do your straight imagination? Okay, I kind of like that.
Join me as we take an authentic look back to see what growing up was really
That
like
bike looks
for
crazy.
kids in the 1970s.
Okay.
Kids today are harnessed into booster seats until they're 10 years old and are expected to put on helmets before they get on a tricycle.
Fact.
Let's just say that the generation of parents who raised us were a little less safety conscious.
What?
To start with, most of us came home from the hospital wrapped up in a blanket on mom's unbuckled lap. As soon as we learned to crawl, we'd be climbing back and forth over the seats and making ourselves comfortable wherever we felt like.
What?
Instead of drop-down video screens and iPads, we amused ourselves with the radio buttons, window cranks, and ashtrays, learning the hard way that the cigarette lighter can still be very hot even if it isn't still glowing red. If your family had a station wagon, sitting in the cargo area was like riding around in a
These cars look so much different than I've ever seen. I don't even think I've ever seen a car like this in my life. That's kind of crazy, bro.
playroom on wheels. Although our family's Caprice estate didn't have the rear-facing third-row seat, it did have a power rear window, which my mom was happy to roll down if we asked.
What?
We then proceed to hang out the back, making faces at the cars behind us as we inhaled the leaded fumes drafting back up from the exhaust.
Yeah, you can't even do that now. The cops are gonna pull you over for a safety hazard. What?
If your family didn't have a station wagon, you could always stretch out and relax on the back window deck, watching the telephone wires rise and fall against the sky as they sailed past those endless miles
I would
of
love
wooden
that as a
utility
kid.
poles. While it would be considered outrageous today, on long car trips, it was the perfect place for a kid to take a nap.
I would love that actually. As a little kid, I loved just looking at the sky and just looking at everything. So I'd probably like this.
Us 70s kids learned at a young age to value our freedom. We dreamt of the day we could finally drive a car, with most of us lining up to take our road test the day we turned 16. Until that day, we contented ourselves by playing with any toy we could find that had wheels on it.
Okay.
And there were plenty of options.
Hot Wheels.
Family trips to Kmart sometimes led to a treasured new Matchbox or Hot Wheels car that we could race
Oh my god. So there was Hot Wheels back then. There was Hot Wheels. No disrespect, no disrespect. Dang, that's fire. Okay.
across the kitchen floor or through loops and jumps on those orange segmented tracks. You might have parked your cars in the Fisher-Price parking garage, the one with the crank-up elevator and the
I can even tell by those shoes and this outfit and the hairstyle, like it's just way different, man.
loud bell. Or maybe rolled them down the ramps to the multi-level Hot Wheels service center. There were SSP racers, which you'd power by yanking a plastic zipper cord to get the metal flywheel spinning as fast as possible before letting it loose down the sidewalk. This was the same way you powered smash-up derby cars, which were also from SSP.
Ooh!
The Evel Knievel stunt bike was powered by a hand crank built into the launch
that
ramp.
looks fun!
And the bendy little Evel Knievel action figure always managed to hang on and stay upright no matter what the terrain. We had electric train sets, slot car tracks, Tonka trucks
Oh, you guys had all the fire games and all the toys.
for the sandbox, speed burners that we'd race across the kitchen floor, and penny racers.
Okay.
And the girls weren't left out. Not only did your sister's Barbie drive a Corvette, she had an RV and dune buggy to boot.
They have
But
Barbie
even better
and
than the toy
everything.
cars were the ones you could ride.
Bro.
Thanks to our favorite role model, Evel Knievel, the life plan of every little boy growing up in the 1970s was as follows. 1. Get a bike.
That bike looks so crazy. It doesn't even look like it's comfortable to sit on. That's so different.
Preferably a Schwinn Stingray, and if possible, the top-of-the-line crate
Only
model.
50!
With front and rear
It's only, a bike's only $50?
suspension, disc brakes, and a 5-gear stick shift on the crossbar. 2. Learn how to ride said bike without training wheels. And finally, 3. Become the hero of your neighborhood by jumping your bike over a record number of garbage cans, other kids, or maybe
Other kids? There's no way. Chat, were you guys doing this back then? Like, jumping your bike over kids like this? This is something you see only in movies. Like, I wouldn't expect, like, somebody to actually try this in real life.
just a big stack of flaming cardboard boxes. Of course, even Evel had to start somewhere, and so did we. You may remember rolling yourself in circles between the hand-operated wheels of a crazy car, or steering into impressive spinouts, gripping the steering levers of a green machine. There were pedal tractors, pedal cars, and the
What? So you guys had, like, you guys had all cars and everything. You had everything.
those janky homemade go-karts we hammered together with scrap wood and old lawnmower wheels. But for many 70s kids, myself included, our first taste of real self-propelled freedom was found behind the bright yellow handlebars of the original Marx Big Wheel. Our big wheels ran on pedal power fueled by imagination. And thanks to all the cop shows we watched, our imaginations had plenty of
he's
scenarios to
drifting.
work with. And of course, if you were big wheeling with a buddy, you just needed to
I'm not
decide
gonna lie, this would be fun as a kid. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is something that I mess with. Like, this is something calm.
who was going to be Ponch and who was going to be John.
Okay. Okay.
Introduced in 1969 and made in Pennsylvania, the Marx Big Wheel reigned as the king of America's sidewalks from the early 1970s through the mid-1980s. And while a version of the Big Wheel
What does it mean by king of the sidewalk? Every single kid had this?
is still available today, it's just not quite the same as it was in the 1970s.
Did it get worse?
With so many
The
families
worst.
moving out of the cities and into the new suburbs that were sprouting up far outside of the metro areas, many of us found ourselves living in neighborhoods right on the edge of large tracts of land that were still undeveloped. Eventually, all of these spaces would be turned into new
What? You can get a house for only 15,000? Times have changed. Times have changed very, 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 very much, man.
subdivisions or future roads. But until that happened, us kids just referred to these areas as the woods. Depending on where you lived, your woods might be hiding old rail lines,
What?
rock quarries, or even long abandoned houses. Some of these areas had been untouched for decades, so you never knew what you might discover out there.
That kind of looked like a treehouse.
You could be out in the woods hunting the
What is
ponds
that?
for turtles and tadpoles, and come across old tires, ancient washing machines, old car parts, and sometimes even old cars. Of course, thanks to the new houses that were being built everywhere, there was always a ready supply of scrap wood that we scavenged to build hideouts and tree forts back inside. Over time,
So, chat, can you guys let me know down below, were you guys making tree houses? Because I've seen in, movies and cartoons and everything that, people had tree houses. Like, people used to climb trees. I don't see a human being climb trees now, but back then, like, I assume that people used to climb trees, just to see, like, if they can go up the tree and everything. And also, tree houses, like, did you guys ever sleep in a tree house? Like, what's going on? Like, I'm curious, because I've never seen a treehouse in my life. I just thought it was just some cartoon stuff.
these little shacks would come to house small stashes of mismatched beer cans, near empty packs of cigarettes, and various weather-worn issues of a popular magazine published by the late Hugh Hefner. You could be out exploring the woods all day, getting into all sorts of potential trouble.
Bro! So on an average day, you had people cliff jumping? Bro, so society just stopped having fun then? Is that just what it is? Like, society just stopped having fun? I don't see people jump off cliffs. What?
Once you made it home by dark, your parents never seemed too concerned about what you had been doing, or even inquire much as to where you had been.
The neighborhood.
All of your first friendships started with the other kids in your neighborhood, and while these may not have been the same kids you'd hang around with at school, your neighborhood friends were just a doorbell away. That's all that mattered when you were putting together a game of street hockey or backyard baseball.
Facts.
By the way, does anyone else remember what you did when you saw a moving van getting unloaded into one of the houses on your street? You and your friends would just walk right over, ring the doorbell, and ask whoever answered if there were any kids inside who wanted to come out and play. The thing is,
oh wow, so you could just knock on anyone's door, and if they had a kid, they would come outside and just play? What?
neighborhoods were just more neighborly in the 1970s. And as a neighborhood kid, you were pretty much welcome to run around and play wherever you wanted, as long as you weren't causing any trouble. Back then, we were taught to be responsible for our own actions. If you got hurt doing something stupid on someone else's property, your parents weren't going to go sue the property owner. They just
What? Bro, if you get hurt on someone's property, you're sued or you're going to jail. Something.
patch you up and tell you to be more careful next time.
What?
Back in the days before social media made everybody antisocial, people just seemed to get along better with each other, and they actually knew a lot of their neighbors. I remember one summer when one of our neighbors got a permit from the city to shut down the street for a block party. That day, families up and down the block hauled their picnic tables, folding chairs, charcoal grills, and coolers out into the street. While the adults drank beer and socialized with each other,
Wait, so you're telling me during this time frame there was no technology, like you're not, there's no one, like there's no scrolling, like everyone was forced to talk. Like you're telling me all interactions were interactions. Bro, I can't even imagine that right now. I'm gonna be honest, like that's crazy. So if you wanted to talk to someone, you had to talk to them there, or you won't be able to talk to them when you're gone? Is that how it worked and everything? I'm just curious.
kids took advantage of the chance to ride our bikes, big wheels, or roller skates down the middle of the closed-off street. While words can often fall short of expressing what something truly felt like, great music can sometimes help fill in the blanks. And in the 70s, we had some of the best music of all time. To really get a sense of what it was like to be young in the 70s,
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that. used to wear to like homecoming or prom back in the day. And I'm looking at like the housing, like the lamp looks different. I don't even know what this is either. Like everyone was more social, and it feels like the world was a whole different place. What? Like this is kind of crazy to me, chat. You guys let me know down below what I should react to next. Recommend me something because this was an absolute banger, man. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe, man. And hey, this was amazing. So yeah, let me know down below what you guys think, man. And yes, sir, I'll catch y'all next time, man.